Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
He has done it again, Scottie Scheffler, winning on the PGA Tour. And he does it with a 4-shot come-from-behind effort over Bob McIntyre. 67. Yeah, we've seen this a lot, and we're not done yet. He still has the Tour Championship at East Lake. How about this? 13 straight top 8 finishes on tour. You have to go all the way back to the late, great Tom Weiskopf, 1973. Weiskopf also winning 5, also won the Open that year. Scottie has 2 majors in those 5 victories. History at every turn. For the man who has joined us on set right now, he's just having a go at Rolf, producer telling us to sit up. And
a little nervous.
You're becoming a regular up here, and we appreciate your time. We know you're busy. The weather's been a little bit in and out. I'm going to start with the shot that we'll replay in the highlight reel for 2025, and that's that 17th hole. What'd you see right there, and how'd you make it happen?
It was a chip that we'd practiced in the practice round. I mean, knowing where that they were probably going to use that back right pin. It's a pretty tough pin to get to, and we knew how fast it was, and the chip came out how we wanted it to, and once it started breaking, it started looking pretty good, and then, I mean, it took a while to get down there to the hole, but once it started breaking, it started looking even better and better, and then it was nice to see it take that last little extra roll to go in.
Okay, wait a minute. You actually practiced in the practice round a chip from there to that hole location.
Yes, and some putts from the front of the green,
wow.
Basically because we knew we weren't going to really be able to get it close to that pin.
Wow.
Well, one of the things that stood out today was the recovery, I would say, from yesterday. There were some pulls in the iron shots yesterday. You talked about having to have some patience in your third round. Came out of the gates today and were just firing at flags. It felt like you were very much in control. What kind of adjustment did you make?
Randy gave me a trick a few weeks ago when I was at home. Sorry, I say he gave me a trick a couple weeks ago. He's gave me the trick about 50 times in my life. But, you know, sometimes when I start pulling it, my right arm will get a little bit out from my body, and so it just felt like I was keeping it a little bit closer to my body on the way through, and kind of helps eliminate a little bit of that left shot, and struck it much better today.
Yes.
Are you in one of the best stretches of your career right now? Do you think, where would you kind of put where you are right now to actually where you've been? It's all been great, obviously, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I feel like I've made some improvements in my putting. I feel like this year I've made a lot of key putts. You know, today was one of the first days really this year when I was in contention where I wasn't really holding the putts. I kind of still got on the greens this afternoon, but they were pretty tough to putt. But overall, you know, I feel like I'm making improvements, and you know, today I did a really good job of staying patient, especially when things weren't going my way on the back nine, and was able to close it out.
Big picture, and you got to this, I think, in a profound way at the Open Championship in that press conference that drew a lot of attention. Your mom, Diane, we all love Diane, your dad, Scott, she told me last year when I asked her to explain your success beyond strokes gained, because Brandon and we can't do any more strokes gained with you. So I asked her, how do you explain Scottie's success? And she said very simply, he's not a scorer. So how does that make a difference, that idea? How does that make a difference, you know, when you're out here competing?
Yeah, I think the way I view it is I get, you know, 4 or 5 hours each day to come out here and compete and play, and I'm going to play as hard as I can for that portion of time. And when I go home, I'm with my family, and I try to compartmentalize my life to where when I'm at the golf course, I have my time at the golf course, and I try to be as focused as possible. And one of the things I felt like was maybe a bit misconstrued about my comments at the Open was that it doesn't matter to me. The question I asked was, why does it matter so much?
I don't see that.
And that's the thing. It means a heck of a lot to me, and it's not just a game. You know, the game of golf has a lot to do with my life, and it's been a ton of fun, and I look forward to hopefully competing for many years out here. But it really is a great joy, and days like today are a lot of fun.
We use the word inevitable a lot with you, and we talked about it earlier this week, that we felt like it was inevitable you were going to be right there at the end, regardless of what Bobby McIntyre was doing. As you get in this rarefied air now of being compared to some of the greatest players of all time, are you comfortable with that? Are you okay with people starting to talk about comparisons between Tiger Woods and Scottie Scheffler?
Well, I mean, I always say the comparisons between me and Tiger are fairly silly. I think, what is it, 18 wins?
Yeah.
Now I'm not even 25% of the way there. So I think Tiger completely transcended the game of golf. He's completely different than the rest of us. And, you know, what I'm trying to do is just get the most out of myself and that's for you guys to make comparisons if you want to. For me, I'm just trying to get the most out of my game, and I love practicing. I love working hard. I love doing the stuff that it takes to come out here and play well, and I look forward to continuing.
I will say this, Scottie. Other great athletes are noticing. I don't know if you've seen what's been posted on social media. Patrick Mahomes weighed in on what you did today. LeBron James sent something out on social media.
Well, it's pretty cool. You know, those are some great athletes, and you know, there's some guys that have accomplished a lot in their sports, and you know, guys that I look up to. You know, LeBron, the way he takes care of his body and his longevity in the sport, and then Mahomes with his clutch factor. He's pretty fun to watch on the football field you know, when he's not playing against my Cowboys.
There's the post from LeBron James. So damn cold out there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How do you measure your improvement? I know that that's part of the practice, it's part of the grind, the process, but how do you measure that?
You know, I think you can look at statistics and you can look at results, but a lot of it is how I feel, and typically how I feel about one aspect of the game, I think the stats usually tend to line up with that. And I don't look too far into it. I just know how I feel, and I know what it's like to be in the moment. And when I'm at home practicing, I'm preparing to be in those moments to compete on stages like today. And so when we're in the heat of the moment, I'm prepared for what's at stake. And you know, I want to win the tournament as bad as anybody, but I focus on my preparation, and then I just focus on execution.
One of the things that's amazing to me, we looked at your list of great accomplishments from this year, and I looked at the courses, and you've played well on long courses, short courses, wide open courses, narrow courses, links courses, parkland courses, you name it. How do you adapt, and how do you get yourself sort of easing into your environment to be able to perform at this kind of level you're doing sort of every week?
I mean, that's a good question. I think I have a routine to get ready for tournaments, and you know, I'm not the longest guy out here, but I think I have enough length. You know, I may not have the prettiest swing, but I think it's effective. And you know, when I look back to, I was a good junior player, I was a good amateur player, and golf is such a funny game. It's really hard to predict people that have success, and I've put in a lot of work over the years and been surrounded with a great team of people, and you know, starting with Randy, and Randy's kind of put the whole team in place, and you know, I'm just very thankful to have those people in my life, and we love what we do, and we have a lot of fun doing it, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
There was another moment. I'm not saying it was as electric as what you did at 17 today, but your little boy Bennett was back here. I think it was yesterday on the putting green, was he just throwing balls? He's got some game already. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I have a nephew as well who's about 3 years old. He's a little older than 3. He's completely obsessed with golf, and so when he comes into town, Bennett sees a bigger kid doing something. He's like, hey, I want to do what that guy's doing. You know, he sees him walking. He's like, how is he walking like that? And so it's really fun to see them develop. And yeah, Bennett, he can't really talk, but he can point at my golf bag and try to say golf club. And so I got to hand him a club, and he'll swing it. And you know, I hope one day he can get into golf. You know, the game of golf's meant a lot to me, and you know, I feel like you learn a lot about yourself and life playing this game. And you know, I hope it's something that he's able to get into one day.
Yeah, it's not just Bennett looking at Pop. I think a lot of young people around the world now are looking at you and saying, that's a good model. You've been a great role model in addition to being just a phenomenal player. Scottie, congrats again. We fully anticipate seeing you next Sunday on the set in Atlanta. Well done and safe travels. We'll see you in a few days.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Okay. Scottie Scheffler will give you one more look at this shot at 17. Right here, Scottie, you're thinking a couple feet?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I got it close, but that ball rolled for a really long time. It just kept going.
Yeah. Deafening roars down there.
It was fairly loud. Yeah, I let him celebrate for a bit, but I tried to quiet him down.
Scottie
Not
Scheffler.
shortly after for Bob.
Making a whole lot of noise out here.